Jobs report, the Labor Department saying that the U.S. added 339,000 jobs last month, much higher than predicted, but the unemployment rate also rising, up 3.7%. Our business correspondent, Alexis Christoforous, is here with what it all means to all of us. Alexis, the report, it's better than some economists expected, right? Considering that companies like Facebook's parent company Meta continue to announce more layoffs.
That's right. So, it's sort of a confusing job market right now, Kira, because we have a very robust market right now with the addition of 339,000 jobs. The market was expecting 190,000 jobs created. So it seems as though payrolls continue to expand, but some industries are not doing so as quickly, like tech, for instance. You mentioned Facebook's parent company, Meta. A lot of other big tech names and names in finance and media also laying off lots of workers. But that's really being made up in other areas of our economy because those other areas are hiring. Also, it's important to note that a lot of folks who are losing their jobs in some of those key areas I just said are getting new jobs relatively quickly. So we're not really seeing those numbers bear out in these monthly jobs reports. I had the chance to catch up with the career specialist over at LinkedIn who talked to me about ways you can keep your skills sharp and put your best foot forward if you're looking for a job in this market. Here's what she had to say.
Always be tending to your network. You want to always be prepared to make a move if necessary. We call this career cushioning. Think of it like an insurance policy. So no matter if there's a downturn or things like AI that are coming up, you want to always have your front foot forward. So make sure that you are up to date on skills, that you know the skills that are most in demand that companies are looking for, brush up on those skills and have those stories to tell that demonstrates that you have the skills that companies are looking for.
And this past month, we saw that, again, we're seeing this month after month, the most jobs were added in professional and business services, in things like hospitality and leisure, construction, as well as transportation. Those are some of the areas that are really hiring right now, Kira.
So leading up to the deal on the debt ceiling, the stock market was reacting daily, pretty much, with regard to how it was all going to play out. So what do you think the overall reaction has been to the deal so far, and have we been helped, hurt?
Yeah, I think we really dodged a bullet because if we hadn't come up with a deal, we would have seen a big sell-off in the stock market. The last time we came this close to going over the debt limit in 2011, the S&P 500 lost 17% of its value. So we could have been in for a really bad sell-off. We averted that, and it looks as though the market is now sort of shrugging its shoulders. They baked in the fact that a deal would happen here in the 11th hour, and so we're not seeing a major impact at the moment. The stock market is very forward-looking. I think they're on to the next thing, which is earnings season, the next Fed meeting, which is happening in mid-June, and that new inflation report that'll be out in a couple of weeks as well.
So we've seen 10 consecutive interest rate hikes from the Federal Reserve. 10. How is the Fed looking at today's news?
They're looking at it through the prism of lots of different economic reports, that next one being that big inflation report in a couple of weeks, just before that June Fed meeting. We know that the Fed is very data dependent. So, this report came in really strong. If we get a very hot inflation report, it could make the argument for the Fed to give us the 11th interest rate hike. I know that Fed officials have been saying publicly in the past few days they'd like to pause and see how those 10 rate hikes work their way through the economy. But at this point, we have to wait for more data. It's all in the numbers, Kira.
All right, Alexis, thanks so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.